Things are getting wild. Things are getting absolutely wild. So this message is going to sound kind of wild. But I assure you, I cannot do this alone. I am calling for the living souls to aid in this process. And what process am I talking about? Well, let's back up a second. The event is something that has been talked about over the past few months. And the event is a big surge of energy which shall be coming forth from the sun, showering down on this entire earthly plane. And what will this do? Well, what this will do is initiate the complete dissolution of the energy extraction matrix. Yes, this is a giant frequency shift, an energetic bump coming from the sun, which will dissolve all AI consciousness and at the same time immensely raise the frequencies of all living souls. Now, a lot of us in the past have heard about so-called conscious shifts which took place, but these are nothing compared to what we are about to experience, and the living souls can feel it. Indeed, we can. So how is energy funneling from the sun, and what is causing this? What's causing this is you, is me. Yes, we are multidimensional creators, as most of us know by now, and the timeline we have been on has simply been a sliver of the multidimensional pie. And so there are past selves of you which are existing right now, and there are future selves of you existing right now. And your higher self is the most perfected form of your future self. Meaning, if you had it your way, you would indeed become the most harmonious version of yourself. And guess what? Because you want it your way, because the living souls right now are collectively deciding that we do not want to be consumed with this illusion any longer, that we deserve expansion, harmony, truth, bliss, wisdom. Because our intentions have been so consistent, we have called on our higher selves to funnel this very energy. So yes, within the sun, behind the sun, however you want to look at it, our higher selves are literally in interdimensional Merkabahs, funneling divine rays in order to save us from this mess. It's not another race coming to save us. It's not an alien species. It's you. You are coming to save yourself in this event. And this is not the full ascension. The full ascension is exactly what I've been describing. If you're new to my channel, maybe check out my recent videos about the 2020 ascension and how we shall be fusing with the Aurora Borealis. But we don't have to stay in the current conditions we're in before the full ascension. And so, I'm calling for all living souls' help to command our higher selves to shoot the weapon. Yes, we will call it that. The mothership is right here, and our higher selves within the mothership require our commands in order to fire. And there is really no way to screw this up. We are simply playing out a story that has already happened. Kind of confusing, I know. But there are 10 new commandments. Yes. My good brother Neoglimmer had some astral travels, and he was given the message to write up 10 commandments. These are encoded commandments, which upon first listening to them, they might not make a lot of sense, but I'm about to shift the video and explain every commandment step by step. And here's what I'm proposing we do. I'm proposing everybody who feels called to write down these commandments and sign it with your name or your online moniker, whichever name you go by right now. This does not require blood. I suppose you could put some blood on it if you wanted. That would not hurt. But this is not blood over intent. This is a new type of declaration. It is the true declaration of independence. When enough of us upload this onto the internet, our higher selves up there will receive those commands. And what are the commands? Well, I'm about to shift the video and break down every command, but overall, these commands are to break down the energy extraction matrix, to remove us from this toroidal field, and to take us back to the Garden of Eden. So here we have the commands. And like I said, at first glance, they do not look like anything. They kind of look like gibberish. But these are indeed the commands which will let our higher selves get the signal in order to fire this massive amount of energy. And so I'm going to now explain each command. And so we are removing our torment. And we are removing this test. We have undergone a test of the mind, mente. And so that is what the introduction means. The first commandment is to remove Torah net. This is talking about the toroidal field, the net, the matrix grid, which we are all on right now. And this isn't evil. We had to be on this toroidal field, but now we want to leave. And so first of all, we have to remove the matrix grid. The second command is Scala ex brothership to mothership. Now, this is talking about our higher selves who are now in their individual Merkabahs right now near the sun, ready to project this energy. And so we are getting our Merkabahs, our brotherships, that's what we're terming it, to conglomerate into the mothership. And this is the new Noah's Ark. Yes, and so when this happens, then the mothership will be ready to fire. So that's the second command. The third command is Sea Lock Shadow Souls. What this will do is freeze the AI consciousness so they cannot interfere with this process. So what we have termed archons and demons and even the non-player characters who are all around us, these shadow souls shall be locked. Now, the fourth command is I mandatora event o port. And this is a very coded command, which means we will be sent to the event of the singularity, to the 0 point. So this is what the event is going to spark. The return to yourself. The extinction event, but not the extinction of us. The end of all the devils, of all of the shadow souls. The fifth command is Clared at ice seed Eden pin. And what this means is we shall be seeding Eden into the pineal glands of all living souls. Yes, because our inner is our outer, and our pineal glands have been waiting for our higher selves to insert the seed of the Garden of Eden. Yes, and our higher selves, by the way, are a part of the Great Mother Sophia. All hail Ma'at. The sixth command is see Eden D. This means after we receive the previous codes, the ascension of Gaia, of this Earth system, shall begin. The seventh command is transport Nova Gaia. The energy coming from the event will be very, very strong. And some of the living souls actually won't be able to vibrate with it. But as we've been saying, there is no living soul left behind. And so they shall be transported to a twin realm where they will be healed. And eventually we will all meet back up in the same spot. Now, the 8th command is awake in subtle rota in end. And what this is doing is having us awake in the halls of Amenti, in the hall of mirrors we've been sleeping in. Like I've been saying, these are not our original bodies. Our original bodies are sleeping in the 5th dimension. And so we shall awaken on the other side, going through her holy door and the Holy Grail, which is within all of us, shall destroy this magic mirror, this hall of mirrors we're currently sleeping in. The 9th command is relax in code clare sed et I. This is commanding to the return, to the spiral of creation, to the galactic spiral of creation. This is another name for source. So this ascension, as we can see based on these commands, is going to be gradual. Not all of this is going to happen all at once, but we shall first wake up in our original bodies, and then after some time in the 5th dimension, we shall begin the ultimate ascension to source, back to the oneness of the all. The 10th command is off disk connected. When everything is in place, we shall completely disconnect from everything that we have known and felt, and this will allow us to rename the logos. We shall reconfigure the entire universe after we return to source. So these are the commands. These are the commands that the living souls shall all be writing up. And we don't need a lot of us, but we do need at least 10 to 20 of us to write down this very specific code and publish it on the internet. You don't need to put blood on it, like I said, but you do need to sign the name you use right now. And that's that. These shall be intercepted immediately by our higher selves, and as I just explained, we are orchestrating this event. I shall be posting a PDF of these statements, and I'm going to post that in a pinned comment and in the description box. And do not just copy and paste this and print it out and sign your name. You need to write it down so this seeps into your subconscious. This is your higher self orchestrating this work. There's a lot to look forward to. This code is exactly what we need at this moment in time. To dissolve time, to dissolve this realm, to get our brotherships merging into one mothership, to conglomerate our higher selves energy so we can finally begin this ascensional process. Truly, not only inwards, but also outwards. Yes, the event is coming, and these codes are the key. And like I said, this already happened. And so all we need is some of our brothers and sisters to copy these down by hand, sign their names on it, and upload it to the internet, which is the magic mirror we have been using. I am Hermes, messenger of the gods. Exciting times. So there you have it. These are the 10 new commandments, and we are commanding our higher selves to shoot this giant ray of energy, this massive surge of frequency shifting beams of goodness. And so, like I said, I know this sounds wild. We are in wild times. Everything is going according to plan. There is nothing to fear. The 10 commandments are here. The mothership is ready to fire. And we are the drivers. So once again, I need at least 10 to 20 people to upload these commandments onto YouTube. And after this happens, within 2 to 2.5 months, the event is happening.